Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. First, as always, let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew. Take care of everyday comfort needs, and it's going to be a comfortable day today. High of 79, low of 63. We got a water temperature in the pier 72.7 to be exact. Let's take a look at our river reading, brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. We're looking at the Apalachicola Bluntstown is smooth and level out at right under 8 foot, 7.8. The Choctawhatchee Carabelle is under 5 foot, is at a 4.8. Both rivers are looking good. I'm starting to get some good reports. It's going to be some good week of fishing on the rivers this weekend. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Talking about a good week. How about these tides this week? Today's low tide is at 12:24. That's this morning at 12:24. It's coming in all day. I said all day, all the way till after lunch about 1:09. And as I said yesterday, you've got an incoming tide in the morning, an outgoing tide in the afternoon. Just pick whichever one you like, and some good movement. The wind's not going to be too bad today. It's going to be coming out southeast at about 9. So pick your places you want to go, and it should be, if you can get off, it should be some good fishing today and tomorrow. Some good hiking in the woods or state parks. So just some good weather for springtime is here for sure. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Always blessed with so many pictures and so much correspondence we get from y'all. And I say we're blessed. A lot of times on my technology, we try to have it all set up during the break and all. It went off during the break, so give me a second to set it back up. Now, if you remember last week on the little rat snakes or corn snakes, that I was able to capture them and take them off and release them harmless. So I did get some correspondence from that. Okay. There it is right here. Thank you for not 12 gauging those two beautiful giant corn snakes. Ones that size are very old. They were mating. Please ask viewers not to kill our diamondbacks. They are at a critical stage, just like gag grouper. Okay, they sent a picture right there. In reality, I mean, they look mean and all, but you're talking about some natural beauty. A rattlesnake has this natural beauty. I know Gail's about to have a fit just looking at the picture. But, we talked about it before. Don't kill these things unless it's a threat to you or your dog or, right there at your house. But, in years past, the old timers, they saw one, they just hit them on the head with a big old stick. But anyway, thank you for sending that. Carabelle, we're talking about Carabelle, we're talking about cobia. I'm going to talk about cobia later on. This is a cobia. They're getting hard to identify because there's flat out not very many cobia out there right now. There's a reason for it, and I've been interviewing people, talking to people, and at the end of the show, if we have time, we're going to talk about a cobia. But this is a small one here, 34 inches. Okay, they're having trouble. Okay, this guy said this. When my time comes to stand before Almighty God, I will not be asking him any questions. I will, however, ask to speak to someone in upper management about this, the dreaded yellow fly. And they come in, the old timers, they hit the nail on the head. They come in with the blackberries and leave with the blackberries. Okay, so the blackberries are starting to bloom now, and they're starting to come in. And in fact, here's what somebody said, my granddaddy always said, they come and go with the blackberries. One of my former students, Alexia Spradley, isn't that a pretty red fish right there? It made me think about what the class she was in. That was a good class and good fishing right there. It was a calm day. I don't know what day she went, but it was a calm day. But that would win for most spots. I think I counted like 17 right there on one side. And real quick, I'm gonna go to some old outdoor pictures I ran across. I just want to show you, we planted, here's the good news, we'd always plant each year, and just different groups and all, different kids, and they enjoyed planting. And the sad thing about this, none of these are left. Nobody took care of them. And I hate it because the kids really took, we planted fruit trees, all kind of stuff. You just got to keep them watered, and over the years they just didn't make it. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, Scoop Jackson, who does a lot, he spends a lot of time surf fishing, and obviously, I haven't done as much this year. There must be a lot of a conflict, or some conflict going on now with the surf fishermen and the people walking on the beach. Harassment, I've gone over this before, but they cannot harass us, or we cannot harass them, whatever side you're on. Number one, a person may not intentionally, within a publicly or privately owned wildlife management or fish management area, or on any state-owned water body, which is the Gulf, right there in state-owned, or 1A, they may not interfere or attempt to prevent the lawful taking of fish, game, or non-game animals. The key word is interfere. Now, I want to address this because I see it a lot. I surf fished way back before it became this popular now. It used to be not a problem. People just stop and talk to you, but I think over the years we got more people here. We got more people out there with poles in the water. And like I told you before, I put 3 poles in the water, that's enough. But I know some of our surf fishermen, they'll put 5 or 6 out there. That's too many. We don't need to do that. But over the years, it's got to be, in fact, the last couple of years I noticed, usually people are really good. I get pretty close to the water. This is water here. I put my pole right here. And people usually just go around, but now you got to where people just walk right up under you. And if they, I hit a line, I didn't know it was there. And just, they knew it was there. They were just trying to bug you about it. That's happened to me a couple of times, but I know that's beginning to be a problem. So I don't know I don't know who might have been charged with that, but Scoop Jackson, he fishes at the Cape every weekend, 2 or 3 times a week. So I know not that many people there. Okay, a couple more real quick. When the weekend fishing trip is so close, you can almost taste it. They had that kid, they're trying to get the kid to kiss that fish, and all of a sudden, I want to see what that fish tastes like. All right, real quick, Mandy Miller Warren, the ladies again on the 26th annual Ladies Spanish Mackerel Tournament. Each year I say we're going to get them in here and talk about it. It's just a group of ladies that love to go Spanish mackerel fishing. It's a fundraiser for them. It's just some group pictures. There's Mandy and Megan. I love those girls. I love those ladies now. They're girls. But I know they had a good time on a big boat. They had different teams out there. And Mandy won the award most likely to take a nap. We're going to get her to come on next week. I don't know who this is, but this is funny. She's got her pajamas on, I think. And here's some of the ladies here. Good ladies out there having a good time. So anyway, I just want to show those pictures there. One more real quick. Let's go to freshwater. We're talking about on Friday's fishing report about the brim fishing on the Choctawhatchee. How about that great bite this morning up at Calford? You know where Calford Landing is, right there? Nice mess of fish. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We just have a bunch of pictures today to show you, so we're going to just keep on going. And each picture has a story behind it. These are real people doing real things. And here, John Boyce has been a surf fisherman for a long time, as long as I have, as long as I can remember. And he's the old Crooked Island Sound, Cape San Blas kind of find the areas where nobody's at. And he's good at it. And so here, his wife Diane often sends me pictures. I hope John's feeling better. He went fishing today and decided to go all patriotic with red, white, and blue. Okay, so he had a red fish, a whiting, and a blue fish right there. So look, now the pompano were not biting that day. And if anybody can catch pompano, John can. So we've had some days where it's flat out don't catch them, and some days they're just making a run. But red, white, and blue. Thank you, Diane. I send this to my granddaughters because they like earrings and all, so they got a kick out of it. It's a Florida thing. All right. Talking about that, I've been thinking about this a lot lately too, because I'm not seeing it very many. I ran across this article. It was last week or so. And this is down on the East Coast. But I read the article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this guy who does a lot of surf fishing, and he's talking about sand fleas are getting harder to find. And like I say, that's down in southeast Florida, where a bunch of them at one time. But we're the same way here. We're not getting as many as we used to. Okay, and here's just some pictures of them I wanted to show you. And they have natural enemies and all. I thought this was just a cool picture because, these natural predators, but we've always had these and we've always had a balance. So I don't know, what's actually going on with them. Now, don't forget, this is summer coming up. But go ahead, I know you parents and uncles or whoever's in charge of the kids' activities for the summer, could be grandparents keeping them. Here's some swimming lessons. Okay, the Boys and Girls Club. And here are the sessions right here. You can go online and pick this up. Anyway, basically in June, it starts about the second week in June. It actually goes on through August. And like that one in the middle, they have some Saturday classes, Mommy and Me, from 10 to 10:45, from 6 months to 3 years. And that's cool right there. And then you can rent the pool. Have a little birthday party, I guess. I didn't know you could actually rent that pool over there, but that is cool. And let me mention these swim lessons and all. I have such fond memories of teaching swimming lessons back in the day. As a coach, that was sort of our summer job. We always tried to find some way to make money to pay the bills in the summer. And my kids were little. I say little, they were in elementary school, and we would do the lessons at the Mosley Pool. And we'd bring them. The school system at that time paid for the swimming lessons, and they got out of it a long time ago. I wish they would have stayed in it because we had so many kids from all walks of life, all parents from all different places that would catch a school bus to the Mosley Pool. They'd come in like 1 hour, and we'd have them, by grade level. And I usually had like the 4th or 5th graders, and some of the older coaches they had more patience. They had the younger kids and all. But and I know all throughout the Panhandle, different areas did swim lessons, but how important it is here in the Florida Panhandle to learn how to swim at that age. And we just had some wonderful times doing it. And Winnie and Chip was raised in the summer at the Mosley Pool, so they did a lot of my demonstration on how to do this. But anyway, now I want to I want to go to a little section. I'll call this my correspondence, where you sent me some correspondence, email or whatever, or message or Facebook message. And I just want to show some of the correspondence y'all have been sending me and show what all has been going on. Now, I missed the Bent Rod Fishing Club had their fish fry last week. And I had it all on my calendar, and then one of my duties came up. I had to take care of my official duty, and I missed it. But J.B. Hillard, we miss you for sure. People ask about where you were. So anyway, Gil, next to the last paragraph, Gil Price, the Rap Fishing System guy, remember him? In Mossy Head, had been working on some new stuff that might make an interesting show. So Gil, if you're watching, we would love to have you come back on and talk about it, and we'll try to email you, but go ahead and get touch base with me, because that's some really good stuff that you've invented. So here's just a couple of pictures they sent. I miss going on the Phoenix Springs trip. There's some of the guys. Just a couple more pictures here. They let the game wardens come this year, so they had to be legal. We always joking about that, so that was good. Okay, here's another message I got from on Panhandle Outdoors. Winston, I just wanted to show you the fishing rig. This is cool now. The fishing rig I made for fishing. I got sick on rocking boats, so I mainly fish from the shore to wade out some. I took a 3-rod holder made for a boat and added some aluminum channel iron and stainless steel bolts I got at Tractor Supply. Also added a basket, drink holder, and a cigar holder. The water photos were taken on the bridge in Port St. Joe. You don't have to have a boat to have a great time. That's true. Watch the show every morning and love it. Keep up the great work. So here are the pictures. This is Sandy Schuler. Check this out. Is this not a cool setup? How innovative and creative and practical this is right here. 3-rod holder, that's what you need, 3-rod holder. Okay, here's a couple more pictures. So what it will do, you see how it'll stick in there? Then you got your basket, then you got your net, and 3 rods, you keep your tools and all in it. And there it is, in practice. So wait out there and stick it in. Is that not cool? And you can change lures or whatever by just changing poles. I love that. That's right there in St. Joe Bay. Sandy, very good job, very creative. Okay, so I always love to see stuff like that when when y'all share that, because that's just using the head. Some people, you're right. You don't have to have a boat to have a great time fishing. I've known that for years, and just get out there and do stuff like that. But that, I may try that. That's good. You can just try it in one area, move around, stick it back in the ground. So really like that. So send me some pictures, Sandy, some fish you're catching with that. All right. We'll take our final break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fish and game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. George Duran and the big staff there at a really cool tackle store, and all kind of clothing in there too. Our times 4:05 to 6:05 this morning, this evening 4:31 to 6:31. I left out one picture of that little Sandy's little invention right here. Here it is with all the stuff in it. I say stuff with a capital, all caps. Good job. Okay, now I got a couple more correspondence here. I won't read the whole thing to you. I do want to read part of it to you. This is Youth Weekend. Good morning, Winston. I just want to send a then and now for Evan Franklin, an 8th grader at Rolac Middle School in Chipley. The first picture is one that we sent you on Youth Weekend of 2016. These next pictures were from last Saturday Youth Weekend in Polk County. He was hunting with Final Roosters Hunter Sullivan. And then it goes on about, having a silent morning, having bologna sandwich and all, and watch the show most every morning. So this is from Dana and Lori Franklin in Chipley. And loud, this is got them with 20 gauge guns. I will go through the pictures here. That's the early pictures in 2016, okay? How about now? All right, well camouflaged. You can't hardly see them there. Hunting in Osceola. Congratulations. Is that not cool right there? Boom. Great setup. I'm so glad y'all have them in. Look at that great picture there. Have them in the turkey hunting. I know these are some great memories you're having right here. There he is. Okay. Big hunt right there. Great picture. Thank y'all for sharing that with us. Good Youth Weekend. Jimmy Rogers sent this. Good morning, Winston. Saw my first black squirrel at Falling Water State Park. Jimmy Rogers. Okay, now that. Okay, I've got some more stuff. I wanted to go in and show you. First of all, I want to tell you what I'm getting set up for the next segment. This Friday show, you don't want to miss it. All our shows are special, but this Friday show is going to be very special. So we'll put a little asterisk by it. It's going to be a very special show. I want to encourage you to watch it. We're going to be doing some really cool things, and I know you're going to enjoy this. It's a very special show coming up this Friday. I want to give you all kind of hints and tell you this and that, but I'm going to try to keep it a secret so we can surprise you all. I know we all like surprises. Now, this past weekend was a big catfish tournament up there in Sneed's Park in Lake Seminole. Alan Shepard and Callan Waters from Bonifay, they put it on. Great tournament. Big fish, a lot of kids out there. So we're going to show that. Tomorrow we're going to have Students of the Month, and then the next day we're going to show the big catfish tournament weigh-in. I'm talking about some big catfish, but I was able, Gail was with me, so she was able to do most of the filming. She's a lot better. She has a lot more patience doing this, because I do this kind of stuff here. I get excited. So she had a camera, but I shot this with my camera, just a couple. I'm going to give you some warm-up. So here we go right here. They're releasing. Here's a picture. Here's Lake Seminole, Sneed's Park. These kids, they have right there you can see, in that container is a big old, I'm talking about like a 53-pound catfish, okay? So just watch this little video, okay, let me see, let me get it going right here. All right, here we go. All right, so, here they go. See that, look at that thing flopping around. Is that a big fish? Boom, boom, boom. Look how excited they are when they release it. Okay, finally, get it over there. Boom, finally got it over there. And look at them running back. They're all, think they excited? So, let's see. Let's watch that again. Can we watch it again? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna zoom in. Look how, that is a huge catfish. That's a flathead. And there were some big fish. It's gonna be on Wednesday, on Thursday show, we'll have the tournament here, but I was actually able to shoot that. on my phone. I wish I'd had time to run down there and get a little bit closer. It was close to being one of those American Funny home video kind of deals because they couldn't hold it. Several times in the weigh-in this past weekend, the kids were trying to hold it. It was great. The unique thing about that tournament, all these weigh-ins I enjoy going to, but this unique one is that they give away things to the kids. They had the kids participating. They were able to give away 4 lifetime fishing passes to kids who were able to participate in that, or some that came bank fishing the day before. So, what a wonderful time! I've got a lot of stuff left over that I didn't get to. One thing I want to talk. When I get some time to talk about it, I want to talk about our situation with the cobia, or the lack of cobia we're having. I've been going through a process. It's a cobia season, and I've been going through a process of talking to all kind of people. This is not a scientific research by Panhandle Outdoors by all means, but I've talked to real people who've had, you're talking about real people that had a foot on the ground, real soldiers, or you're talking about a pole in the water, real people. Well, these pole in the water, real people, is the cobia fish most of their life and know all about it. And why we have such a lack of cobia now. And 100% of them are saying the same thing. And I want to really go into detail. I'm trying to find some research on it and give you some numbers and all, because it's really interesting. It's sad what has happened, because we used to have so much cobia, so many cobia, the population was so big and all, up until a certain time, and boom, it's gone boom, the population like that. So we're going to talk about that when I get some time. I want to go into detail. I don't want to rush through it now. I want to go into detail. I'm going to keep talking to people too. I've talked about some really good folks. I've run out of time. Okay, thank you all for watching our show. We appreciate your viewership. You do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.